and soft sticks.
Los Angeles is about a guy named Lou who's from Miami, and he wants to fulfill his Hollywood dream in Los Angeles. But when he buys a ticket that accidentally says Los Angeles, he ends up in the middle of Arizona in this really quirky town like Radiator Springs. And so after he finds that he can't escape, he ends up helping the DMV crew win the town talent show in Los Angeles. It's a story about people who are sometimes rigid going into situations that are unknown. I chose Los Angeles for virtual production in part because I knew that it would give us a lot more flexibility on creating a more authentic world.
There's no way to find the town Los Angeles. It's not real, it doesn't exist, you can't find it, I'm so sorry. Our team designed a DMV, like a fake building that is not real, and then we built the inside of it, and then we also have the virtual outside of it that like we wouldn't be able to find that. If we had filmed at an actual location, we'd have to use like stock footage for an outside, or we would have filmed the outside of like a probably boring looking building. And I was like, okay, I trust you, you've done this before, we can do this.
In pre-production, while we were still kind of developing the story and the script, I started working with Jenny on different building designs, things that were going to be custom, like the DMV or the diner. And then after really analyzing the script and thinking of different locations that we wanted to pull from, we started geographically placing buildings throughout the space to really make sure that throughout the story we could show off as much of the town as possible.
I think the most exciting thing about that is when people can't tell what is physical and what's virtual. But the truth is, like, one of my professors told me this freshman year, and I've kind of carried it into this project. It was like, if it's pixels or plywood, both of them have to be designed. So it doesn't really rule out anything in terms of the world of production design. I don't feel that limited either, so.
Getting Aiden, getting Jenny on the same page, getting my team and like communicating with them, bridging it down to what Aiden and Jenny both want. We didn't have a lot of concept art. Jenny had drawn out the DMV a couple times, and so I had kind of like an idea, not really what the interior was going to look like until she like started doing stuff in SketchUp, getting like lighting and what they wanted in the town and what they didn't want in the town. But it's like, what are we going to see on the wall and what aren't we going to see on the wall, and like what needs to be there to make this town look like a small town in Arizona.
Oh, it's essential. I mean, when it comes to virtual production, the main purpose of it is to really integrate departments that previously have had to use their imagination. And imagination's great, but sometimes that's inconsistent. Virtual production really does bring an element of realism that green screen can't, and that's kind of one of the other benefits, is that you have your actors interacting with something that previously had to be imagined.
I am just like so excited about the tech. I didn't even really know about it coming into college. I like obviously had seen The Mandalorian and like heard whispers of like LED wall, but it wasn't until Aiden had got Outerwest that I really I sat at a computer for like hours trying to find footage of people working on LED walls, like actual advice that I could get, or like what worked in the industry and what didn't work, and like how were they using the tech. There was nothing at the time, and that was like a year ago. I went back to do even more research for Los Angeles. There's a plethora of information now, and there's so many studios doing cool things, and it's just kind of exploded and is continuing to explode, which is really, really exciting for somebody like me that like has kind of found a really super cool niche interest in it.
We did this shot where we were shooting through the window and you can see the reflection on the glass, and in the reflection of the glass you see the town, but inside you see the entirely virtual diner set that we made in Unreal Engine. And being able to see both the post VFX and the in-camera VFX all in one shot was really, really like exciting.
Through Nikhil's phone, he had actually uploaded what the VFX artist had been spending months and months preparing, which is the world of Los Angeles, so that I was able to operate the physical camera, getting the movement on the Fisher Dolly exactly the way we wanted, but at the same time, I was able to look at Nikhil's phone, which was right next to it, and see the actual map and see what it would actually look like.
Having technology to help assist us in visualizing that, like Lightcraft on Jetset, it was really monumentally helpful. And I think that in a way, created virtual production on a green screen set. It didn't have the advantages naturally of having the actors being able to interact with it. But for us as creatives and as people looking out for those logistical elements like where the sun placement is, it just proved to be so helpful. So having something like virtual production as a way to really elevate your story to a whole new level without having to put in the logistical nightmare of traveling across the country and setting up real sets and spending all that money and giving all that opportunity for, I guess, accidents to happen. Virtual production serves as like this unbelievable opportunity. It's really important to have something that ties the exteriors to the interiors and creates I guess, a unique and convincing experience.